right. Hello, everybody else who's also on their lunch break right now. This is like my second time going live, so it's gonna be awkward, but it's okay. We just did our very first cruise with Disney, and so I wanted to do just like a very quick recap and just like, I don't know, give all of the information, like a data dump almost. Because yeah, I have a lot to say about it, and I am going to do like separate YouTube videos for it, but this is really just me talking it through and yeah, just kind of see what happens. I also got this really cool Lego wreath that I'm going to be doing while I talk to you guys about our Disney cruise. So first things first, we did, this is also linked in a live. So anyway, we did a 4-night, 3-day cruise in the Caribbean on the Disney Fantasy ship, and with our ports of call or whatever being Lighthouse Point and Castaway Cay. And I was super excited because those are the Disney private islands. The only way to go there is with a Disney cruise. So I was super excited to go there. And I was going to do a whole comparison videos and all of that. And as you can probably guess, that didn't happen because of wind and weather, like stuff that's not in anyone's control, but it still freaking sucks. So anyway, we did our Disney cruise. If you have any questions on it, drop them in the comments. Until people start asking questions, I'm just going to start talking about it. So first things first, I got 2 booklets. Oh, this is the booklet for the table wreath, and then you have the hanging wreath. So we're going to do the hanging wreath. Let's see. Okay, so starting off, I wouldn't recommend doing a Disney cruise in like the fall winter time because of the weather. We had just a bunch of wind. And so we were supposed to go to Lighthouse Point and Castaway Cay, and didn't end up going to Castaway Cay because of the wind. And I was super, super bummed out about that. I may have cried, okay? But anyway, so Lighthouse Point, I can give you guys a rundown of, and hold on, let me at least find. One thing that I don't like about Lego is that they don't label their bags in order. Like, I'm now regretting doing this on a live. It's gonna be a mess. So anyway, yeah, bag 1, disagree. There's nothing in bag 1, unless you want me to hold ups. Okay, Lighthouse Point. Let's get into it. So one of the main complaints, I think, for people at Lighthouse Point is the walk from the ship to the beach, and it's a hike. Not just the pier, it takes a solid 45 minutes. And that's assuming that you're not waiting for the tram. So you get off the boat, and you've got a half a mile walk on a pier. It's not shaded, it's just a flat pier, fully exposed to the sun. And so that is exactly half a mile. So however long it takes you to walk half a mile, most people, especially if you're with a 2-year-old like we were, it's about 15 minutes with a stroller. That being said, you also have the wind, and the way that the wind currents, whatever, were going, when we were walking there, like away from the boat, the wind was blowing like right toward you, so you're going through the wind. And then on the way back, it's pushing you toward the boat. So the walk on the way back was great. Because yeah, literally just having the wind push you up. But I wouldn't trust my 2-year-old to walk it. She was in a stroller. And she could not have handled that wind. I'm convinced she would have gotten blown away. So that sucked. So like right off the bat, we knew that like the wind was going to be a problem. And ultimately, the one perk with it being windy and the weather not being good is that there were a lot of clouds. So as far as the heat goes, no issues at all with the heat. So yeah, you got to give and take some, I guess. I should not have done this Lego on a live because I already can't find any of the pieces that I want. So already walking to and from the pier, that was an adventure. That was fun. Then once you get off the pier, you have a very nice photo op of the boat, which is good. And then you try and find your one red Lego piece that you're looking for. Oh, looky there. Okay. Nobody talked to me that there are 2 1 packages. And I opened not a 1. All right. This was a W for Lego and an L for Susan. Okay. Okay, Lighthouse Point once you get off the walkway. Then you get on a tram. And so, hypothetically speaking, if you're going at a busier time, you're going to have to wait 15-ish minutes for that tram because there's only 2, I think. So again, you have 15 minutes walking across that pier, 15 minutes to wait for the tram, a 15-minute tram ride to the beach. Already you're looking at like 45 minutes. And then you've got to walk and figure out where you want to go on the beach, which the one thing about Lighthouse Point is it is very spread out, extremely spread out. There are no signs anywhere. No signs. I don't know who set that up, but someone made the executive decision to not have any signs on that island. And so you kind of walk around aimlessly trying to find your spot. So that's why roughly, especially if you've got kids who can't walk or they're not in a stroller, it might be slower. But that's why I say it takes roughly 1 hour to get from the ship to the beach, which is insane. Insane. I don't know who on Disney signed off on that, but that is craziness. All right, it has been like 5 minutes of this live, and I'm finally putting together my first piece. No one talked to me. Again, if you have any questions on our first cruise with Disney, drop them in the comments and I will answer them. Until you guys do, I'm just gonna keep talking. So once you get to I call it the beach part of Lighthouse Point. Once you get there, there's a lot of places to sit. It's a lot larger than Castaway Cay. With Castaway Cay, there's a bunch of complaints about that, like, you have to get there first thing in order to get a good spot on the water. With Lighthouse Point, you don't have that issue because it's so big. So the downside, you've got to walk really, really far. The upside, hypothetically speaking, you're away from less people because people are more spread out. So it's a give or take for that. I would rather have it be more spread out, but I need signs. I don't understand why there are no signs. So then we walk to the family side. So we walk like all the way down past I'm drawing a blank on what it's called, but it's the waterfall area where they have like the slides that get rush out, gush out. So we walk just past that and we sit at the family beach, which was crazy windy. Like, we're walking there and I'm like I looked at my mom multiple times that day and was like, wow, this is miserable because there's sand flying everywhere. The wind is crazy. Your hair is all over the place. For me, the hair being all over the place is a big deal. And so, yeah, that was just crazy. The one perk, and this is a perk, again, if you've got like the older kids, the waves were insane. Like the black flag was flying, which means like you can't go out past a certain point. And they wouldn't let you go, they wouldn't let you put your head under the water, which makes perfect sense. Like the waves were insane. Now for my 2-year-old, we had I have it over there actually, but it's a floaty. And so she's got floaties on her arms and like a floaty across her chest, and then it all hooks together in the back. And so we were able to essentially carry her by like the harness in the back through the waves. She had the time of her life. We all got like a serious workout in. But yeah, my kiddo had a blast in those waves. And a lot of like the older kids had a blast because the waves are just insane and super fun to jump through, I guess. So that was, I don't know, a plus and a minus at the same time. So then I want to say that was about it. We rotated between taking my kiddo to the ocean and like, again, yeah, running her through there and building a sandcastle. The sandcastle works out relatively well. The problem, and I think this might be an issue with just like where Lighthouse Point is like situated, but some waves are extremely strong. That's the right word. To where they come up fully, like there's 2 rows of lounge chairs and they were completely coating all of those rows of lounge chairs. And so I don't know if I would recommend, so you've got the water, the beach area, a set of lounge chairs that looks out to the beach. Then you've got a large hill, I guess, that's full of foliage, pretty green foliage. And then you have another row of loungers. And there's a debate as far as like whether or not you sit past the greenery or if you sit on the beach. And that's just like dependent on your family, depending on what you want to do. We were going to be in the water and building sandcastles and stuff like that. So that was why we were on the beach. In this instance, though, I don't think I would have wanted to be on that beach because, yeah, again, the sand flying around was the worst thing ever. It was horrible. And I mean, like, it was so bad. One of our family members scratched her cornea with it. The sand scratched her cornea, whatever. Just from, like, it all flying around and everything. And we were all wearing sunglasses, so I'm telling you, it was really bad. Miserably bad. So bad that they said, like, 90% of the boat was back on the boat by 1 p.m., which is insane. So anyway, yeah, I had planned on staying there the whole day, and they had this cool, nature walk area, where you could see like the lighthouse of Lighthouse Point, which I was really excited to go see. This is my wreath so far. I'm on step 10. Yeah, that I was really excited for, and yeah, didn't end up going because, again, it was just miserable. Wasn't hot, but very windy. So then we went to go and look at, Rush Out, Gush Out. So again, my kiddo's 2. I really thought that she would love Rush Out, Gush Out, because it's literally just, it's a bunch of little tame water slides, a bunch of stuff where just like water shoots out everywhere. I thought she would love it. Turns out it was a little bit too mature for her. All of the slides were covered. So they were all like the circular slides that you see at like the playground. And so yeah, it was too mature for her, I guess. I think I probably could have gotten her to go down it like toward the end of the day. Again, like if we had been there all day and she was, watching the older kids do it, I think she totally would have done it. But yeah, we just didn't. Not that we didn't have time. We had plenty of time. We ended up leaving early. So Rush Out, Gush Out, that was kind of a bust. And then we went to, is it Finding Nemo? The Little Mermaid. It was like a Little Mermaid toddler section. And that she started playing at, was having a ball. But then they do like family time, I guess, for like an hour until like 10:30, and then they close it off to where only the kids are let in. And then to go in there, you have to be more than 3. So my 2-year-old couldn't even do it. So that was a bummer. One thing that I did learn, and this was something that I gave like feedback on for the Disney cruise ships, whatever. They have you do like a survey at the end. And one of like the feedback things that I had was that like there's not a lot for kids under the age of 3 to do. And I kind of get it, because you don't pay for kids, or I guess you do. You pay a little bit, but it's like a fraction of the price. between like a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. So like, I get it. Okay, I get it. But there's really not a lot for a kiddo to do. Oh my gosh, I'm making like 50 of these. Because you're making the wreath. So this like attaches, I guess, somehow. You gotta figure that out. But anyway. So. Oh yeah, times 15. I see it now. Okay. 15. So then, what was I saying next? I guess then we ate. We saw some of the characters. The characters are cute. They rush you more than they do at the parks. On the islands, I guess just like to make sure that everyone gets to see the characters. They can probably be out for less time because it's so hot outside, but the cast members just rush you through the characters, and it kind of does take away from the magic of it. So that wasn't as fun. But my kiddo got to see the characters in their different outfits. The shopping was a cluster. It's a relatively small store. I don't know who designed that, because Disney people love their merch. But it's a very small store. I hit it up first thing because I'm already going out of order. I hit up the shop first thing, like once you get off the tram, you hit up the shop. And I had read that, or I'd watched that on different YouTube videos because people say like it just gets crazy, crazy, crazy. And that was very accurate. But I will say, one of the things that I complain about in the parks is that the merch that they sell in the parks, the sweatshirts, the keychains, everything. I can purchase all of that online. Like, what is the point of me buying it in the parks? I have no idea. But the stuff at the private islands and on the cruise ships, that is genuinely only stuff that you can get there. So I say it's a huge plus to go and hit it up. 2. I have done 2 out of the 15. Essentially, you connect all of these together and it creates a wreath circle. I hope you liked that visual. So I would highly recommend hitting up the shops on the private islands because they sell stuff that is new, and stuff that you can't just purchase in the store. So, huge perk. But yeah, hit it up first thing because it gets crazy crowded. Then we had lunch. After hanging out at the beach, after hitting up Rush Out, Gush Out, and going to the Little Mermaid kids toddler swim area. Then we had lunch. Loved the food. The food was amazing. 10 out of 10. It was incredible. And then literally we left. Literally we were like, all right, we've done what we wanted to do. We're out. I always forget. And like, we didn't go to the beach that much as kids, but I forgot that like the salt water just kind of sticks to you and clings to you. And it is not the most comfortable thing, especially like whenever it's in your hair. So because we had so much fun in the ocean with all of the huge waves, my hair was just a mess and like I just wasn't feeling it. And like, yeah, there's salt water dried to your skin and it's just insane. And there's a crazy amount of wind that just made it not fun. So I think I got some really cool shots and video, which will make for a really cool vlog. But as far as a how much fun did you have perspective, very little fun. My kiddo had a blast. All that matters, right? All this matters. So your kiddo has fun. So yeah, that was our experience with Lighthouse Point. And again, you know, I think everyone has a different experience because you also have people that go there and they had a huge issue with the flies. I never had that issue because, look, the storm that we brought in just should have gotten rid of every single fly. I don't know where the flies would have gone. But yeah. So there's that. Then, and then also people just complain about the heat and how there's not enough shade. Again, I didn't have that issue because it was super cloudy and drizzling the whole time. And there was just wind and whatever. But my main complaints, and I think that it seems pretty consistent, is that there's no signage anywhere. There's absolutely no idea where you're supposed to go, or where you can go, what's what way's up, what way's down. There needs to be more signage, and it would be great if there was more shade. I do like what they've done. Now it gets into like the legal stuff, but they have, some deal or whatever with the Bohemian government in order to rent out this island. And so they could only develop like a certain percentage of it. And so because of that, everything is essentially on like a pier. You're not ever like walking on land. You're always walking on like, I don't know, whatever. I actually really, really liked that. I thought that was really cool. I thought it would be something that I didn't like. I thought I would be like, this is stupid. I'm like, come on. But actually I liked it. But I like raw wood. And so I thought it was really, really pretty how they did it. And the watercolor is gorgeous. So yeah, that was Lighthouse Point. And I think that the day we were at, so we got on the boat, we had our day at sea, and then Lighthouse Point. So like kind of in the middle of our cruise. They did the pirate night. And so pirate night was the day right after Lighthouse Point. And the captain comes on like right whenever we leave Lighthouse Point, and he's like, it's going to be a bumpy night. Get ready. So he kind of warns you. And we could really, really feel it whenever we sat down for dinner. So we had the 5:40 service for dinner. And yeah, once we sat down, we took like our photos and stuff before then, because they have all of the characters and their pirate costumes, and it is very cute. And they have a bunch of like different scenes, I guess, like different pirate scenes that you can take photos of, that my family thought was really cool. It's not my thing, but that's okay. So yeah, once we sat down at dinner, you could really start to feel the boat moving, and you were like, oh, this is going to be a rough night. Now we took with us the seasick patches, which we had been wearing the entire time. And I also had a bracelet. And so just with the pouches alone, I think most people were good. Like you could still very much feel the boat. It was rocking. I was a little bit scared, like legitimately scared. But as far as like seasickness goes, nobody got sick. Except for my 2-year-old who, yeah, it's rare that 2-year-olds get seasick. But I'm not surprised at all that she got seasick from all of this rocking, because it was, again, miserable, just miserable. And like it's not the fault of Disney at all. But it just sucked. It sucked. So I think I only lasted half the pirate dinner. I left with my kiddo whenever the entrees came out, because my kiddo was sick, and she was like, and also like she's 2, she does not understand at all that like what she's feeling is like the boat moving because of the wind, so like she was kind of freaking out. So anyway, her and I went back to the room. She ends up throwing up and then like feeling better, so I wasn't super concerned about it. But yeah, we just laid in bed and literally just like let the boat rock us to sleep. So I went to bed very, very early on pirate night, which again was a bummer because I was looking forward to like the pirate show and the fireworks and stuff like that, which I think they did the fireworks, but they didn't do the pirate show because of the wind. And so, again, I missed some Disney magic. Not their fault, but still annoying. So that was Lighthouse Point. That was our Lighthouse Point day. Again, just miserable is all I know how to really describe it. So then Castaway Cay Day is the day right after that, and I have been looking forward to this private island for a year. Literally a year is how far out we booked our cruise. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm watching a bunch of YouTube videos on it, and I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm ready. This is gonna be awesome. We had parasailing and jet skis scheduled, whatever. I figured that the parasailing would get canceled. Bummer, but not surprised. I think that that's one of the ones that gets the most commonly canceled. Commonly is the most common canceled activity because of the wind. So I wasn't super surprised about that. What I was surprised about, that the boat couldn't dock at Castaway Cay, which then it becomes, I understand wind. I get it, okay? But it becomes a Disney problem whenever there is way less wind than there was yesterday when we docked at Lighthouse Point. And you guys can't dock at Castaway Cay because of the reef, like because of the channel that you've created to park your cruise ship in. If that's too skinny and the wind is moving your boat around to where you now can't get to the port, now I have an issue with it. Like we need to move that reef, okay? Just move that whole habitat, okay? No, but like seriously. Yeah, that was whenever I started having like an issue with Disney, with being like, all right, you guys created this setup, and now I don't get to do what I have waited a year to do because of this setup. So like now I'm pissed. So anyway, we had another day at sea. They added in like some activities, but like not really. It was definitely not enough activities to like keep you going. We did a couple of like crafty things. Like there was, okay, I'm never gonna get this off. We did some origami and like paper folding. And again, I was expecting I was gonna get to do a Mickey Mouse origami or a Donald Duck or like a Disney themed one. No, it was a heart. Come on, Disney. Come on, Disney. So anyway, less than impressed with the craft ideas. That's okay. The cruise ship, I would say, the cruise ships are big, but whenever you're actually like walking through them, they're not that big. As in like the parts where the guest can go that aren't like restaurants aren't that big. So as far as like exploring goes, it might take like 2 hours and like then you're kind of done. Okay, how many have I done? I have to make 15 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm almost halfway done. So anyway, that was so those are my experiences, I guess, at 2 of the ports. Really just one of the ports because we didn't go to the other one. So anyway, and I think that like what's the most annoying about it is that we had kind of throughout our cruise, like we were talking like, oh, we like this, but we don't like that, like blah, blah, blah. And ultimately what everyone kind of agreed on was that like, I don't think we would do another cruise with like the Disney Cruise Line specifically. And so now we get into the whole like why. And the why part of that is it's Disney specific stuff, I guess is one way of saying it. So like one thing that Disney does is the only place to have dinner at is on these like formal dining rooms. And on the fantasy, I was really excited for one of them. It was like Animator's Palette or something. So I was really excited for that one. And then the other 2 are just like, they're cheap and shitty looking. Like, I don't know another way to say it. One is like Enchanted Garden, and it's just crappy and cheap looking fake flowers and like vines everywhere, to where I'm just like, okay, this is cute, I guess, but like not really. I was not impressed with the Enchanted Garden restaurant. And then Royal Court, which we ate at like 3 times. I guess we ate one morning for breakfast, which they assign a different restaurant. They open up one restaurant per day that you can have breakfast at. So we had breakfast one morning at Royal Court, and then we had a regular Royal Court dinner, and then we had our pirate night was Royal Court. And so all of that gets assigned to you by the Disney people, whatever. And Royal Court is nice, actually. They've got some cool mosaic, like tile mosaics everywhere of all of like the Disney princesses, which is pretty cool. But like other than that, like it's nothing special. The Animator's Palette restaurant was really, really cool. I still really, really liked that. Again, like that's why I picked the Fantasy ship, was because I wanted to try that restaurant. So that one was cool. The other two restaurant options were cheap, and I wasn't a fan. And Cabanas, which is like the quick service lunch and breakfast, I thought that would essentially be open 24/7, pretty much. I thought that would be open no matter what. And it's not. It's only open in like 2-hour chunks. Like breakfast starts at like 7:30 and ends at like 10:30. And then lunch starts at 11:45 and ends at like 1:30. So like your window for Cabanas, the buffet, isn't a lot. Like I need that to be open all the time. Like I need a place where I can go and randomly get food if I want it. And they have Flo's, which is like hot dogs, hamburgers, salads, sandwiches, fruit. And I don't know, that wasn't enough for me. And that always had crazy long lines because people were like, I want food randomly throughout the day. So I didn't like the food times and setup. I wanted to be able to go and have dinner at Cabanas if I wanted to, because the sit-down dinners are 2.5 hours long. I'm an adult and I don't want to sit anywhere for 2.5 hours to have dinner. Like, I'm from America. We eat dinner in like 1 hour at restaurants. So like 2.5 hours, I was like, what are we doing here? What's going on? 2, 4, 6, 9. Oh my God, I have 6 more. So yeah. Wasn't a fan of the food. And that is a Disney specific thing. Like that's just how Disney does their cruise ships. And my husband's family does Royal Caribbean a lot. And like Royal Caribbean, they've got way more options for food. And my husband did like a cruise ship tour, where they kind of showed you certain things on the cruise ship. And one of the things that they went over is like, oh, like why do they do the rotational dining where like they essentially pick where you eat, and they do that so that you try new stuff. People are creatures of habit, and if you eat one place and you like it, you're more likely to just like have that every single night. And Disney doesn't want that, so they do the forced rotational dining. Again, I don't like that. I'm not a fan. So yeah, I wouldn't do necessarily another Disney cruise because of the food alone, and how they do it. Because it does affect your day, and like, again, specific to me because I'm with a 2-year-old and her nap schedule is iffy sometimes. And so really like with the food times being as limited as they were, we had some problems with getting her food. So yeah, just little specific issues. Some of it's probably specific to us, but I'm sure other people have experienced it too. So the food issue, there's not a lot to do for a 2-year-old, and the kids club, there's only, for a kids cruise, there's only one spot for each age group of kids to go. So if you're, 4 to 7, you go here. 7 to 13, you go here. 13 to 17, you go here. You only have that one, like, hangout spot, I guess. And so, like, that just seemed super limiting. And, yeah, I mean, I'm sure kids love it, but I don't know. I didn't like it being so limiting. So, anyway, not enough stuff. There's not enough stuff on the Disney cruises. Let's see, what else did I not like? I didn't like the spa, but, like, that's okay. My cruise ship spa threshold is pretty low. But what I didn't like, a bunch of people recommended the rainforest room. And so it's like $100 for the entire length of your stay, and you get, free access to, not free, but full access to the rainforest room. And let me tell you right now, the rainforest room is freaking stupid. I thought it was so dumb. So what you get with the rainforest room, it's 4 different showers, and the showers have different smells and different, like, temperatures of water. That's it. Like, I didn't like it. I was so unimpressed. Didn't care at all. I thought it was pretty dumb, actually. And then what you also get is, less than 10 heated loungers that obviously people are sitting on throughout the day. So I wasn't impressed with that. The saunas are very good. They're very hot. The saunas are good. I'm not a huge, like, sauna person, but I did like going in there after our crazy day at, like, Lighthouse Point to just, like, fully get, like, all the sand out of my pores off my skin. But anyway, I thought that the rainforest room was a crazy waste of money. And then my husband and I did do a massage. Oh my gosh. The massage itself was good. Oh no. I lost a piece. The massage itself was very, very good. They then try and sell you stuff. After your massage, when you're all relaxed and chill, Disney decides to manipulate the hell out of you and try and sell you stuff, which I just think is effed up. And I don't mean, a 2-second, oh, did you like that scrub? Here, we sell it for you. No. 25 minutes of them, like, they sit you down and try and sell you stuff. And so they do it separately. Like, they were selling me something, like, one person was selling me something, someone else was selling my husband something else. And so, like, by the end of it, they leave, and he's like, I think I just agreed to buy, like, $500 worth of whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm really confused. Like, they were talking about stuff like, you should get this, you should get that. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'll get it on Amazon. Like, no problem. And, like, somehow that was me, like, agreeing to purchase it. And so then they come back with all of our stuff, and I'm like, we're not buying any of this. Like, what are you talking about? And so, like, luckily I am, I'm like one of those people who's like, no, I'm not buying that. But, like, they very easily, like, manipulate the hell out of people. Especially people I lost another piece. Oh no. This is already taking so much longer than I thought it would. So yeah, it's a huge manipulation tactic, and I don't like it. Like, that, it made us so mad. And that we did the second day of our cruise. We still talk about it to this day, about, like, how livid we are that even, like, happened. So anyway, again, just, like, Disney specific things that were happening. What else did we not like? I didn't like how they did the characters. Because, again, like, it's Disney, right? Like, people are used to lining up in super long lines for the characters. So, you're posting that Daisy Duck is going to be at this location at 3 p.m. People are lining up at 2:30. which I get it, because like I am a Disney planner too, but that gets exhausting. Like now I'm having to plan out my Disney cruise relaxing vacation as if it's like a Disney parks vacation. And so I didn't like that. You're taking a relaxing thing and making it not relaxing. And that was kind of ultimately the takeaway, was that like, yeah, this was another Disney trip, not a relaxing Disney trip. And it's super expensive. And so for us, by the end of all of it, and there was stuff that we liked. I know I'm talking a lot of crap, but there's stuff that we liked too. The ship was very nice, and it does have very subtle touches of Disney magic, which are very, very good. And again, my kiddo loved it. My 2-year-old was obsessed. The only thing that she could do was the splash pad, and it was a Finding Nemo themed splash pad, to which, like, again, I was a little bit frustrated with, because I'm like, great, there's only one thing that she can do. She loved it, had the time of her life, had a ball. So who cares, right? So anyway, the kids loved it. I forgot where I was going with that. I was talking about things that we did like on the cruise ship. The food was good. I liked Cabanas more than the sit-down restaurants, but Cabanas had very good food. I didn't like how they did the drinks. The drinks, your only option is like these cheap little like plastic cups without lids on them. Again, for children. Like, what are we doing, Disney? I didn't like that. Soda was free. We don't drink soda, but if you drink soda. Yeah. Still trying to go through what I liked about it. I liked the little touches of Disney, because that's what I like. That's what I enjoy. And so I thought that the Disney Cruise Line did that very, very well. The customer service was still great and amazing. Everyone's very happy to be there. It's Disney. Their customer service is always great. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. 2 more. So that was good. And the Disney princesses that were there were, again, just top notch, did great with kiddos. And so that was really good. I don't know, what I liked is cosmetic, I think. The cosmetic stuff I liked. And then, yeah, I really liked how at the gift shops, they had just stuff that you couldn't purchase online or at the parks. It was all like Disney Cruise Line specific. And so I liked that. I did some damage at the shop, and the quality was all very good too. So ultimately, as we're talking about like our next vacation as a family, I love the idea of cruises, especially like with kids, right? Because you're getting to go to multiple places and you don't have to lug your crap around. The transportation and the getting to and from places is hard, especially with kiddos. And so I like the idea of cruises. My husband is kind of like, I don't like cruises. Why don't we just go to a beach? Like, because then you're there the whole time. I'm just like, yeah, I get that too. I think I'm going to give Royal Caribbean a try, especially like as my kiddos get older, because they just have more stuff. They've got more stuff to do for kids, and teens and whatever. So yeah, that's kind of what I think. But now I have to do another Disney cruise because I never got to go to Castaway Cay. And like, when I tell you that's really all that I wanted to do, that's all I wanted to do. I was the most excited. We're finally almost done with bag 1. I was just the most excited to go there. I was so excited. And on the plus side, my Lighthouse Point vlog is going to be different than any other vlog you've seen, because it is not a, hey, let's have a picture perfect day at Lighthouse Point. It is, here is what Lighthouse Point looks like in hell. Here's the worst case scenario. Literally though. I don't know how it could have gotten much worse. Like if it was pouring down rain, that would have been an improvement because we got light drizzled rain with crazy wind, which just feels like rocks hitting you, literally. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know if we'll do another Disney cruise, but well, no, that's a lie. I don't even know why I just said that. I'm doing another Disney cruise. I've got to find $5,000 because I'm just gonna do, oh no, I'm missing one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 15 with the one with the hanger on it. Does that count? Okay, seriously though? I don't even think I lost it anywhere. Alright, well, that sucks. Hold on. I'm missing the top, like, green part. This part right here. Alright, please hold while I find this. Long story short, I have to do another Disney cruise because I am determined to go to Castaway Cay. And so I think I'll go in a couple of years when my kiddo is older and can do more stuff. Oh, here it is. I found it. Crisis averted. So yeah, that took like 40 minutes. I really thought this would be done. Okay. 40 minutes later, we're now connecting the wreath. Then I think it's just cosmetic. I think then we're gonna be fine. So now you go through and you connect them all together. And all on the same side. Like this. Well, that's not right. Did I put it together wrong? Oh no, I didn't know that there was a... My life is so hard. I didn't know that they were different. I messed them up for like half of them probably. All right, hold on. So that one, so some of these are attached correctly, some are not because I am super smart and really good at Lego. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna do another Disney cruise to Castaway Cay only. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can actually port at that one. I think that, what's another thing? We got a room with a veranda, so with the balcony, and I liked it. I don't know if I would get another one though, to be honest with you. I think I would just get the window because it's so humid and gross outside in the Caribbean that you don't really want to be on your veranda that much. It was cool watching us like go into port, watching the sunrise, the sunset, stuff like that. But ultimately, oh wait, that's my thing. That's a bad one. There you go. But yeah, I think that the next one that I do, I will just do. Okay, no, these are bad. Yeah, the next one that I do, I will just do the porthole, the port key, whatever it's called. Okay. I have to redo 2, 4, 5 of them because I'm an idiot. Not an idiot. I don't know how much of my fault this actually was. There needs to be big, bold signs of like, hey, make sure you put these in correctly and not the wrong way. Because if you do, it'll mess up everything. So yeah, if you have any questions about our Disney cruise, I gave you kind of the rundown, more of a shit talking about what I didn't like. Yeah. And I will say, people go all out for Pirate Night, which, like, I'm sure you already knew. But, like, people go really all out for Pirate Night. No, it was fun, though. I think you can also, I mean, you also don't have to go all out. Like, plenty of people didn't. I would say we went halfy all out. Like, my husband wore a pirate shirt, and he fit in perfectly fine. And then my aunt and uncle got, like, full Halloween costumes and went all out. And everyone just kind of fits in, which is actually very nice. It is the whole, you know, like, you can go as all out, or you can go as chill as you want to. I like that. So I like that. It lets people be themselves, which is really nice. Let's see. Oh, one thing that I read online, a little bit too late actually. So if you're staying at one of the Disney World hotels, they do a free shuttle to and from Port Canaveral. And whenever you do the free shuttle from the Walt Disney World hotels, you were the first ones on the boat. That's kind of a game changer. Because we ended, like, what we did was we stayed at one of the port hotels, because we just, like, wanted to be close by, and I wanted to have more of, like, a relaxing morning before we got on the ship. But since this was our first cruise, our time to get on the boat was like 1:30, and so we were not one of the last ones on, but not one of the first. And that would have been really cool, I think, to be one of the first ones on, because it gives you time to, like, go around and take photos. I forgot to say this. One thing that I learned, because I really wanted to take a photo in front of the red funnels with, like, the Mickey Mouse on his head. It's a very classic, like, spot to take photos. Anyway, I wanted to do that, and we were never able to because of the wind. Like, the wind was so crazy. And I don't think that it was specific. Like, I don't think that was just because, like, the weather sucked. I think that, like, you're just high up. Like, that's on, like, deck 12 or 13. And so you're just, like, genuinely really high up. And so I think that the wind up there is always crazy. So if you want to get one of those, like, classic photos, then you need to do it while the ship isn't moving. So either before you leave or while you're at port, something like that. Okay. Almost done with the base of our wreath. So yeah. Or if you've taken another cruise, let me know. Let me know if you liked it or not. We did Princess way back when I was, like, in high school. And I really liked it. It was a little bit, like, less, obviously, like, there's less stuff for kids to do. It's more of a mature people cruise. But I remember really liking it. Yeah. And I will say, one thing that I'm always impressed with the parents at Disney, because everyone was, like, watching their kid and, like, okay, if my kid is, you know, cutting in front of people on the water slide, like, the parents are stopping them. So I was very happy with that. Okay, we have our wreath. Ooh, pretty, beautiful, gorgeous. Okay, now we lay it. Oh no. Okay, now we lay it down. Let me see if I can adjust without it falling. Nope. There it goes. Timber. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. We are putting, what the F is that? Okay, good. Thought I missed another step, man. I did. Am I in a 2 world now? No, because I need a little black thing. bags. Not even a 2. But are all these bags 2? Yeah, all these bags are 2s. Like, what is the point of having 3 2 bags, Lego? You're messing me up. I did open up a 3 earlier. There's like a pile of reds over here. Look. Sometimes it's hard. I'll do it in the middle, maybe. So. Yeah. Really thought, let's see. I opened up the wrong bag. I don't even know how I did it. I'm looking for a black thing. Not over here. Is it in another 2 bag? My little leaves are in here. Big leaf. It's in my big leaf bag. Okay. Here we go. This was the little piece I was looking for. Okay. I got one of these. Now I need my little leaves. You've got medium leaves. You got big leaves. Medium leaves. And little leaves. So yeah, that is our Disney cruise experience. I'm still going to try and keep this live together until I finish my wreath. But it's almost past my lunch hour. So I can't do that. Fun fact, I work from home. This is how I spend my lunch breaks. Doing Legos. The only downside to this one is that I have to do this. This is actually a little hard. Before my kiddo comes back from my parents' house, because one, my kiddo will destroy this because she likes to destroy Legos. She's a jerk sometimes. And like she'll eat the pieces, so like I really have to get this done before she comes back. So yeah, maybe we'll go live again. Tune in at 3 p.m. while we try and finish this. I guess I can talk, let's see. The debarkation process when you're getting off the boat is well-organized chaos. And you just kind of have to trust the process. I was totally fine with it. My mom, who's like more of a stressful, she just gets more stressed. Especially if like she doesn't know like exactly what's going on. She hated it. Like she thought it was just complete hell. And I get that. I was okay with it though. What I also don't like, and like, again, this is just like a cruise critique in general. I don't even think that this is specific to Disney. I think that all cruise lines do this, where they just like rush you out that next morning. Like, I don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. and have to rush off a cruise ship. Like, let me mosey on off at 1 p.m. Let me fully enjoy it. But they do it because they have to like, clean for the next ship. Or you could just wait a day. Customer experience, Disney. Be different. Anyway, they don't do that. So I didn't love that. And like everyone was kind of complaining at breakfast because the breakfast that they give you before you get off the ship is just horrible. It's fast, it's rushed. You feel it. And yeah, I didn't love it. The waiters have already, gotten their tips, so like they don't care. I don't blame them, but I also didn't love it. It negatively affected my cruising experience. Oh my gosh, it's gross. This is gonna look so cool once it's done. I have it linked, you should buy it. I'm not a good salesperson because I am just over here kind of complaining about this thing while it's linked on my storefront. And then I complain that no one buys it. Well, it's because I'm honest. And that this is a little bit of a pain in the butt to put together. But it's going to be super cool. I actually legitimately am very excited for it. Very excited. All right. I think I'm going to end this live because I'm getting a little bit bored of myself. But make sure to follow and I will share the end result of this. Because, yeah, it's been an hour. I don't even think I'm halfway done, man. I need to take a break. Well, I have to go back to work. All right, I have 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. I don't know what you guys want to talk about. I was watching YouTube the other day, and this one couple went to the Legoland park that's in Denmark, I think, which is where like Lego is from. I don't know if it's like I don't think it's like their world headquarters, but it's like where Lego started, was in Denmark. And so they have a really, really, really cool Legoland. And, you know, all the things that you say you're going to spend your, like, social media money on. And I'm like, I'm going to do a Disney cruise. It's going to cost $5,000 for me to do, like, a 3-night cruise to go to Castaway Cay. That's step 1. And then it'll be another $1 million to go to Denmark to go to Legoland. I want to. We have been to the Legoland in California and like genuinely love it. I prefer the parks in California. So like Disneyland, we go to a lot in California, not so much in Florida because the weather sucks in Florida. And I'm coming to you from Texas, so I can say that because the weather sucks here too. But yeah. So we went to the Legoland. It was a long time ago now. We went whenever my cousins were like little kids, maybe like 4. And then we were talking about taking my daughter, who's 2, to San Diego to go to Legoland. There's actually a Sesame Street land, and she really likes Sesame Street. And we're like, oh, okay, cool, we'll go there. And then we were like, and there's Legoland over there. And we know we want to go. Actually, we went as adults. 10 years ago. I need to go back. Time to go back to Legoland because I love Legos. They're so much fun. I like bricks. So there's like a cheapo version of Lego. Like the bricks are smaller, but it's still very cool. And I'll sometimes buy that because it's like, I don't know, a fraction of the price of Lego. It's not real Lego, but still just as fun. Oh my gosh, we do 15 of these. Ooh, 14 of them, sorry. Just kidding. Oh wait, I skipped a step. Let me put on these little black things. This is gonna be so cool whenever it's done. All right, it is now 1 o'clock my time, Texas time. So I have to get back to work, but follow and I will show you the end of this. It's been an hour. This is a commitment piece, but it is, I mean, I think it's gonna look really cool. Like as I'm doing it, I'm like, this is gonna be dope. It doesn't feel like it's been an hour. I don't feel like I've done that much. But yeah, make sure to follow and I will show you the end result. And then you can decide if you're gonna buy it on TikTok Shop or just buy it now. Again, I'm a really good salesperson. No, I'll be honest. This is a lot, but like, I like Legos, so it doesn't really matter. I know it's going to be awesome. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching this shit show. But, yeah, I hope you learned something about the Disney cruises. Because, like, it's all stuff that, like, I wish that I knew. And I feel like a lot of the Disney vlogs nowadays are all just people who just, like, love Disney and, like, love everything about it and can't identify the shortcomings or even like, I don't know, admit the shortcomings. So I hope that you learned something from this vlog and I hope that it's, you know, stuff that you didn't know before. And I try and keep it honest because I don't care. Disney's never going to sponsor me. Like, what do I care? So yeah, see y'all later. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, because I am going to post this to YouTube later. I'm already missing pieces. All right. Bye, guys.